Okay.
This is part two.
2. Where do we leave off?
You wanted to talk about the list.
Oh, yeah. So when we were dating, Lauren, Caleb's older sister, was on her mission, and she wrote Caleb a letter suggesting that we make a list of rules while we were dating. So we talked about it and thought that it would be an excellent idea. And so what were some of them? Some of them were...
No kissing in the car.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Mm-hmm.
And we stuck to that.
No making out.
No making out.
No going in each other's rooms.
Yeah, alone. Or at
no,
all. At all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another one was if we didn't have plans for...
A date.
Yeah, then we wouldn't be with each other after 9 o'clock.
It was 8 or 9.
I think it was 9.
I think it was 9.
That one was hard.
That was tough, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
It made us plan, and it made us not have anything sketchy.
What were some of the other
I think those are the main ones.
ones? Yeah.
But it was good to just kind of hammer them out with each other. And
Yeah.
we were very talkative. We both saw the value in communicating
Yeah.
a lot.
Letting us know what we expected of each other
Yeah,
while
secretly.
we were dating.
She didn't know that I was doing this, but every week I would have a companionship inventory, which we do on the mission. Like, basically, where are we at? What's going good? What's going bad? And how can we do better?
Yeah.
And she didn't realize it, but I did it like every week.
Every week we'd have those little chats.
Yeah.
But it was really good. It helped me feel comfortable with our relationship. Like there wasn't any guessing of where we were at or
Yeah,
what
if
was
anything
going
started going this way, we could kind of correct it quickly.
on. Yeah. So we started doing scripture study with each other at least every other day.
Something like
It was
that.
usually most mornings.
Yeah. It was an excuse to be together
It was
in
good.
mornings.
We'd help each other with talks, so we had to give a lesson.
Yeah, we go exercise together.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Made me get up in the morning.
Yep. And then, so we started getting pretty serious, and I had met her parents and the whole family a couple times.
At Thanksgiving, my whole dad's side of the family got together for Thanksgiving, and we had it here in Orem. And so I texted Caleb, and I was like, guess where I am? I'm in Orem. And so he's like, oh, I want to come and see you. And so I told him, I was like, it's going to be like my whole family. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. And so he got there, and it was like 50 people, and he
I
was
was
a
pretty
little
nervous.
intimidated.
I was intimidated. Because then went over to my house where there was like, what, 6
His mom and
people?
dad,
Yeah,
if that.
Mark and Francis.
Yeah.
It was just a quiet little Thanksgiving.
That was fun.
But so, like I had, so marriage was on our minds. We kind of talked about it and like knew that it was a possibility and that it was, it was kind of the next step. And so back when, I think it was when Rachel met Seth, or when Rachel got engaged to Seth, we got diamonds on eBay, and I think we got 2 diamonds at that time with this one deal, and that was when I got my diamond, and I always knew that this is going to be my diamond. And so I hadn't looked at it in forever, and it was in a, to my knowledge, it was in a pouch that was, it wasn't
Loose.
set, it was just a loose diamond. So, I had a business competition with the business club up in Salt Lake, and I kind of knew that we would have a lot of downtime in the evening, so I made sure to plan on asking her father if I could marry her. And so I went up there and started asking people about how to get engaged and stuff. It was crazy. The whole competition knew I was like gonna ask her dad, and so I called her dad that afternoon, I think, and asked if I could come over and talk to him, and they said yeah, and he said yeah, and so it was really nerve-wracking. So I went to dinner with everybody and just got an appetizer because I had to leave, and everybody wished me luck, and it was crazy, but it was pretty intimidating. So I went over. I mean, not that her dad is intimidating at all, but it just the scenario is always going to be intimidating. So I went over and sat down with her dad and her mom, and we started chatting about how awesome Jessica is. It was good, and I prepared all my questions, but luckily he didn't ask any.
Yeah, I told him a lot about,
He wanted to try to intimidate me a little bit, which was easy at that point. So I asked him, and he didn't answer, and just talked about marriage and stuff, and eventually Daleen was like, say. And so they told me I could, how happy they were and whatnot. And then they invited the whole family in, because they were all listening at the door. Got to talk to everybody. It was exciting, except for Jenny, 'cause she was on her mission.
Yeah.
But so passed. It was great, but then needed to still ask Jessica. And so I was like, crap, what do I like? And I wanted to get it done quick, because once I made up my mind that I was gonna ask her, and I like prayed about it and knew it, and it's like, okay, this is gonna happen. Now I want to do it right now. I mean, why wait? And so that's why everything went so quick. And then we, yeah. So on my way, yeah, that's right. On my way down, I called Joel and Travis and was like, get the place ready. And I was talking to everybody and kind of came up with an idea of what I was gonna do. And so I called Joel and like kind of made everything how I wanted it. And so I went down to my house, grabbed the ring, and I'd sneakily put on her ring and made sure I knew kind of, not the exact dimensions, but knew how big it was, and it would kind of fit my pinky. And so, and I went and opened the safe, and it was the ring, and lo and behold, it was set in a very simple setting, and it was just big enough for my pinky. So I was like, sweet, it'll at least fit her. And I don't have to worry about giving it here's a diamond, will you marry me? And we'll go find a setting. But so I was going down to snow, and it was so hard not to speed, and my mind was all going crazy, and although the hardest part was already done. So I got to the roost, it was all spick and span.
Which was unusual.
And before this, I had already pre-set I'd come up with a playing list, because we like to dance just randomly in the roost living room. Yeah, in the living room we just put on music and dance, and so I'd come up with a very specific playlist, and so I got home and yeah, everything was good to go. So I called Jessica, and she didn't answer. Called Jessica again, no answer. Text, nothing. Call again, nothing. Called Janelle, nothing. where are these people? Like, I could not wait for the next day. And it was already like 9 o'clock. So I was getting worried that I was gonna like not be able to do it then.
Me and Janelle had gone to a play that night because Caleb was up in Salt Lake and I was bored, and so we went to the play, and during intermission I checked my phone and I had like all these messages or all these phone calls and texts like, where are you? Why are you at your house?
Yeah, I've
All
gone
these
over to their
things.
house, to their roommates, showed them, or just to Natalie, like showed her the ring and whatnot.
And so I texted him like, oh, I'm at the play, I'll text you when I'm done. And so as soon as we got out, I texted him and he's like, okay, I'm coming to pick you up right now.
So I go over to pick her up, and she's walking like near
With
Janelle. And I was like, Kate, we're going to the roost. And Janelle's like, can I come? Nope. Zoom, we're out.
So we get to the roost and he opens the door and no one else is home and it's really clean, which I should have guessed something was up. But it's like, oh wow, this looks nice. But and then Caleb went and turned on some music and asked me to dance, and so we were just dancing. There were a couple songs and I kind of noticed, I was like, oh, these are cute. Like, these aren't the usual songs we dance to. So we were just dancing and talking, and the song The Luckiest by Ben Folds came on, and it's just adorable. And so, you're going to play it?
I'm going to play a portion of it. That was our... That's
Makes my heart melt.
Yeah. So this is the song that we... So I played these songs, longest songs of my life. Because, like, she didn't know what was coming, so she was just la la la. But I was like sweating bullets. Weight in my pocket. And so, this song came on, and what did I even say? I don't even remember. I had planned it in my head.
The song's talking about how this guy feels that he's the luckiest because he has this girl, and so Caleb we kind of stopped, and he's like, "This is how I feel about you," and I feel like I'm the luckiest. He's so cute. And so I was like, "Oh, I love you," and then he spun me around, and then he kind of grabbed my shoulders, and he's like, "Are you ready?
Are you ready for this?"
Yeah, are you ready for this? I just plopped down on one knee and asked me to marry him, and I freaked out.
Yeah.
Hyperventilated a little bit.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta tell everybody.
Pretty happy. Yep. And then I think it was like 3 weeks later, Jessica and Travis got engaged.
Mm-hmm. After I got engaged, he could not handle it. It's like, I know I'm gonna marry her. It's just like, how? So they eventually did that, and then Joel and Aubrey.
Yeah, Joel and Aubrey got engaged after the summer.
After coming and working in Omaha.
So
we got
we
married.
did 2 month
engagement. 2.5 month engagement.
We got engaged at end of February. So it's probably right around now, actually.
Probably.
I think it was the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. And so we set the date.
We debated. We debated on
waiting the summer.
Because we knew I was going to be out in Omaha, so it was like, do we go out to Omaha or pre-Omaha? And eventually we decided, you know what, we may as well do pre-Omaha and just get it done with. So we made it short.
And so we were planning on May 14th, which is a Saturday. And so we wanted to get married in the Salt Lake Temple. So I called them, and the only spot they had open was 7 in the morning. And you have to be there like an hour early, and then to to do hair and makeup and everything before, we would have had got up at like 3.
We wouldn't have gone to sleep. That's what would have happened.
Yeah. And so we were just talking. We're like, you know what? Let's just get married on Friday the 13th.
The day before that.
Yeah. And so I called, and they had like only 2 people who were scheduled, and so
We got like a noon time.
yeah,
and
it was so nice.
Everybody didn't want Friday the 13th. It's great.
But and so just get everything ready and planned.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty fun.
It's pretty hectic.
Yeah. But that day was just, it was perfect.
Yep. Everything went quite smoothly.
Yeah, we got up,
As well as we can.
got ready. We did our couple pictures at the temple before we actually got married, which was nice because no one was there on the grounds. We had the temple basically to ourselves
Mm-hmm.
to do pictures, and then we went and got married.
Mm-hmm. Went to the anniversary inn.
That was after.
That was
And
it.
and so we had a luncheon at the Joseph Smith building, and then we had our reception at Noah's. And just the day and everything was wonderful. And the next day, which we were the 14th, which we were gonna get married on, was all stormy and
Yeah,
awful.
It was
So
pretty bad.
we were way lucky.
Yeah. And it was
So.
just right at the end of where all the flowers.
Yeah, like the next week they pulled all the flowers out, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, we were quite lucky. And
it was pretty
everything was
awesome.
pretty perfect. That's what everybody says about their wedding day. Even if things go wrong, it
That's
depends
true.
on how you look at it.
But,
It was good.
yeah. And then that night,
Yeah, we went to anniversary and
yeah,
then
we went to the zoo the next
zoo.
day, which was fun.
It was fun.
And then we came back here to the house in Orem and stayed here for like just a few days.
Off to Omaha.
Yep, then we drove the 1,000 miles all in one shot to Omaha.
Yep, and then stayed there for a couple weeks and then went off to,
It was about a month.
was it a month?
Yeah.
And then we went off to our honeymoon in
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean.
Ah.
It was pretty awesome.
It was amazing.
Check out our pictures.
Yep, they're great. We have like bajillions of them. Actually.
Bajillions.
But Omaha was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make good stories.
Yep,
for us.
it was all boarded down.
We were in one of the unfinished apartments. The apartments are in the bad part of Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
So we got there like 1 in the morning. And so Janae and Janelle had gone and kind of gotten beds ready for us so that we wouldn't have to worry about that. But so Joel and Travis had their own apartment, and
Yeah,
then Caleb
beds
and I.
ready mean mats on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beds on the floor with sheets.
Yeah.
That was beds
No,
ready.
no. But that was my mission. It was like, oh, no big deal.
But and so me and Caleb walk into ours, and you step in, and you just step in water.
Splash.
Like the whole floor was just covered as one giant puddle because there was a leak that hadn't been fixed forever, and so we just hurry went to bed, and then the next morning we wake up to, oh man, there was mold all over the walls, on the ceiling, and in the actual bedrooms the ceiling had collapsed and was all caved in, and broken windows and water everywhere, and we had mushrooms like growing in our bathroom. It was
Needless to say, it was an
Gross.
exciting couple of first months of marriage.
and
but it was,
so
it was a good
Caleb
experience.
went and helped his dad finish the rest of the apartments, and I worked on trying to get ours somewhat livable. Kind of got there.
Yeah,
a little.
almost. Once you got the water stopped.
Yeah,
was a lot
it took a
better.
long time to get the leak stopped, but
Yeah, right before you left, really.
yeah. We had like a month of dry floors,
Yeah.
if that.
It's good.
It was fun.
Yeah, that's our kind of early get-goings.
Yeah. So now we're back here in Orem.
Going to school.
Yep.
I'm at BYU. UVU.
Yep.
I'm doing business with the management school, Marymount School of Business.
Yeah.
But I was gonna do finance, but then they changed the program, and I decided it'd be better just to do general business major and take as many real estate classes as I could.
I'm doing behavioral science, and my emphasis is in psychology. But I'm thinking of possibly switching my major to social work. But we'll see how that goes. They're getting a social work program next fall. But I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm working at an internship right now in a small real estate investment company called Sundance Capital Group, and yeah, it's been a good experience. I could see myself working there all summer and maybe even further, depending on how much they want to pay me.
Yeah.
We'll see, and that's kind of the plans. And
Caleb's a teacher at church.
yeah, I'm an instructor in the Elders Quorum.
Yep. And I'm on the Relief Society Activity Committee, so that's fun. And a bunch of parties.
Woo!
But, yeah.
Yeah, school's good, life's good.
Yep.
We converted my parents' basement into our house. Put a
Yeah.
whole kitchen in over there.
We should give a little tour.
Should we?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's clean enough.
Do you want to close I'll do the kitchen first. So this is our kitchen. Brian put it in. It used to be a dark room, but then we took out this big wall that ran across that floor and put in a cheap stove and a cheap oven or a cheap dishwasher, but it is a dishwasher, which is better than many people can say. I built our clock is our prized possession. Ta-da! It's giant. It's awesome. We got it at a sale, at a closing out sale for, what was it? 75% off or something like that. But
Got it for like $30. It was originally like
yeah, we got it for like 30.
150.
And it was originally like 150, and it was a prized possession because we actually went to the store like early that day as we found out when they were going to decrease the price, and got it before everybody else wanted it. We even had people in the store as we had it in our cart. Oh man, I came for that. That's our table we bought for like $50 off Craigslist. Those are couches that we stole from my parents. We put this little partition in from IKEA and whatnot to kind of keep ourselves separated. It's Jessica's study desk, our kind of door. It's the back door, but it's our door. What else? Our refrigerator. It's not very big. It's snowing. This is the end. There should be a partition here, but it's the end. This is our room.
Oh, I still have laundry.
That's okay. What else is there to say about this?
I don't think
Nothing.
We're
Cutie.
content.
Yep, we're content. What are you talking about? We're living the dream.
Yeah, we are. No rent.
No rent.
It's the best.
It's the best. Yep, definitely. Yeah, this is life. I think we're about done with this video. We'll try to make our video monthly, or whenever we really feel like it on family night. This is a family night activity for us. So yeah,
Yep.
life's good.